Hi, how are you? So I have a movie review for you today. Went to one of my favorite theaters down here in Santa Ana where they play small little films, documentaries, foreign language movie, and I saw a movie called Time Out of Mind. I saw the trailer at this theater a few weeks ago and it really intrigued me because there's a big star in the movie, but he's playing against type. The star of the film is Richard Gere, and in this movie he plays a homeless man who's living in New York, living off the streets, living in shelters, living in garbage cans, living in abandoned houses. He has a daughter played by Jenna Malone that he's trying somehow to get in touch with, be a part of her life somehow, but he seems like he has no control of really what he's doing. He doesn't really have his mind in control. He seems like he is all over the place. He's got this issue where he's looking for this woman named Sheila that seems like she might not really exist anymore. And we get to know him in this kind of middle of his situation that he's been in. We don't know how he's got there. We don't know where he's headed. We don't know really much about this person other than the fact that he is homeless. Maybe at one time he was really successful. Maybe something very tragic happened in his life. Maybe to this person named Sheila that caused this distance between him and his daughter now. So this is a very intimate, quiet, strange, realistic look at someone who is homeless, living in New York. I admire that Richard Gere would take on a role like this because Richard Gere is known for being a Hollywood icon. We love him. We know him. He has been in some of the best movies ever made since I think the 70s. So he's an actor that we all know, and sometimes we don't really get to see him in this type of role where it feels like they just went out in New York and they just let Richard Gere walk around in costume, in this homeless costume that he has, and film him in his adventures. That's the way the movie felt for me as I was watching it, because it's simple, yet maybe not that interesting, not that exciting of a movie, because it handles the subject matter realistically. There's no music to tell us how we should feel. There's nothing to get us to care about, like, you know, get us emotionally involved. Like, Hollywood is far, far away from this movie. I think if Hollywood made this film, it would probably tackle the subject matter with a nice theme, some music, more of a character arc of this character going through these problems, hopefully starting at rock bottom and then slowly rising up and finding his happiness and getting out of this situation. But this is not that kind of movie. This movie will definitely bore some people. It is quite dull at times, and I do have to admit, I was bored a little bit at times, but thanks to a really great acting job by Richard Gere, that's what really held the movie together. I like the way it was directed. This is a director that I really admire, Oren Moverman. He made a film in 2009, I believe, called The Messenger with Woody Harrelson and Ben Foster. Love that film. I think he's a really great writer. He also wrote the screenplay to Love and Mercy recently. Just a really great director, great writer. This film, it looks like more work went into the acting department and the way the movie is shot. A lot of the scenes in the film are handled kind of like through windows or through office buildings, as this character is trying to get his life back in order, but seems like things are bringing him down. Drugs, not drugs, I shouldn't say, but alcohol. Well, alcohol is a drug. So, you know, he drinks a lot, and, you know, he barely eats, and, you know, he's just looking for his next place to sleep. pretty much. But I like the way this movie was shot. I think that's what's so interesting about this film the most. Not only is the great acting by Richard Gere, but the way the movie is shot, just through, like, Richard Gere is having some minimal dialogue. I mean, very minimal dialogue. But he's having dialogue with a character in this movie, and we're seeing this scene happen through maybe the building next to it. So, like, it's shooting through the building, the windows, to the next building windows, and we're seeing this stuff happen. So we kind of hear the dialogue a little bit that's happening in the room where the camera's at, but then we also hear the dialogue that's kind of happening through where Richard Gere is at, and he's in every scene of this movie. Jenna Malone, very small scene. She's really good in this movie, but she's not in the movie very much. I'm not going to give this a high recommendation. I really wanted to love this film, but it left me a little cold. It's 2 hours, and it does drag a lot. It's not that interesting as I want it to be. It's a good movie, solid acting. I like the way it was made, but it's something that I don't know if I'll ever watch again. I wish there was something more meaningful, more powerful with this film, especially this interesting character. I really wish we believed more in this character, and I wish there was more of an arc. I mean, I didn't need to have a score rise up and tell me how to feel, but it would have been nice if there would have been more of a beginning, middle, and ending. It feels like when I ended this film, I knew less about this guy than I knew when the movie started. So I would give it a good rating, but only because of the acting and because of the way it was made. So for that, I'm going to give time out of mine. I'm going to give the film a slight 3 stars out of 4. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and share this video. And also, please check out these amazing movie websites. And if you enjoyed this review, please click here to subscribe to my channel, and also please check out all my recent reviews right here on YouTube. Have a great day, live film, find peace, happiness, and harmony in anything and everything you do, and I'll talk to you at my next movie review.